What's up, LinkedIn family? It's time for 15 minutes of Fane. I'm the Fane. Hi, everyone. I'm your host tonight, Mary Fane Brent. And every Wednesday at 5 o'clock, you can find me right here going live with a really quick tip. Let's see who's already watching. Bryn Tillman is another LinkedIn expert. She is amazing. If you don't know her, jump over to her profile right now and connect with her. Long time no talk. I hope you're doing well, Bryn. So, Bryn, this is 15 minutes of fame. Haha, like that? I love that branding. I get a chuckle out of it every single time. So, tonight we're talking about bad messaging. Bryn, I know you've had some bad messaging, and why I want to share real life examples. I tried to copy them and then black out names because I truly do not believe that you should ever call someone out on social media. Many times, these people hired the wrong LinkedIn trainer and they were told to just spam everyone. Send 50 messages a day and you'll get some responses. Ask everyone on your first message to buy something from them or to join their team. That doesn't work. 2010 called and they want that sloppy sales book back. It doesn't work. Right, Bryn? Right, Bruce? Hi, Bruce. Thanks for joining. So we're going to go over some bad messaging and maybe give you guys some examples of what you should do when you're trying to message somebody. So, Bruce, have you ever gotten a really bad message? I mean, and I'm not just talking spam. Connect and pitch is a bait and switch. We're putting that one up. It so is. So I'm a firm believer, as is my audience. I know Bryn is, and Bruce and Tisha and Nat, that we're all about organic reach. We're about authenticity and we're about relationship building. Because even in 2021, you guys, people buy from people they know, like, and trust. I can't count. Know, like, and trust. And so it's really important that we build up that relationship, that we nurture the relationship. So when I'm working with my clients, I develop my 3C method, which is connect, cultivate, then convert. And not just convert to a client. I want to help people rethink what that looks like. Convert to an opportunity, right? Like maybe it's someone to collaborate with. Bruce and I are collaborating with, right? We've got something working on. Bryn and I collaborated in the past. Not everyone is going to be a client. The sooner you can wrap your head around that and understand that LinkedIn is to grow your network of people that will support you, that might be a brand ambassador, that might become a referral partner or someone to collaborate with, or a potential client. As soon as you can wrap your head around that, you're going to have a lot more success on LinkedIn. So Bryn says, build relationships, share insights, bring value. The sales will come when the time is right. Absolutely. So just this year, I've had a couple people that I always ask, oh, how did you find me? Do I have someone to thank? Right? A little research there, but it also helps me know where my leads are coming from. So 2 of those people are like, oh, I've been following you for 6 months. So they were just following my content and that resonated with these 2. The other person that I like to share the story is that she saw me speak, must have been 3 years ago now, at another organization. And obviously, I want to feel like I did a good job because she reached out to me to do ongoing training for her organization where she's at now, because she has moved on. So you never know where people are going to be, right? The ever-changing job market. So it's very important to cultivate those relationships, nurture them, and stay top of mind and tip of tongue by content. Let's see who else is coming on. Wow. Thank you. And thanks, Bryn. I kind of thought like that is my best branding that I've come up with. 15 minutes of fame. I love it. Okay, guys. So I'm going to go over some actual messages I got. And before I show those, I'm actually going to tell you the one that pissed me off the most. So a lady pitched me saying, oh, from my profile, I'd be a perfect fit on her team, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, so this was probably 4 years ago. I wrote back, and this is when I still had time, I guess. I was nicer. I don't know. But I wrote back to the person. I said, oh, obviously you didn't read my profile. I have a successful business. And I said, if I could give you some advice, you might want to get to know the person before you pitch them. You might want to read their profile to understand what they're doing and if they're even looking for another opportunity. And it ended up like a 4 in-mail back and forth, ping pong. She's like, well, that's what I was told to do, is just, she just copies the message and sends it out. And she wasn't open to receiving what I was trying to do and trying to educate her. So after that, I stopped doing that. Now I just block people and report it if it's spam. And I have one over here that definitely is automated. Megan Powers is in the house. So good to have you here, Megan. Be kind and nurture. Man, if we could all just take some time and nurture the people in our networks, the business will come, as Bryn said. Bruce says, yes, make sure you leave people feeling good no matter what. Well, thank you all for commenting. I always feel better if there's some comments going on. So let's go over and let me share some of these really bad messages. I have them pulled up. I started a file, bad messages on LinkedIn received. I didn't used to save them, but for training, I decided I should. So I took the company name out because, once again, I want to make sure you hear this. I don't feel, in my opinion, you should not call someone out on social media. If they've pissed you off that much, you need to message them, email them, or pick up a phone and call them and let them know how that made them feel and why they shouldn't do that. But don't call out a company, maybe a big company. I have a beef with a insurance company right now, but don't call out, a small business or someone in particular. If I've ever done anything to offend anyone, I would prefer a conversation and help me understand what I did. So that is just me. So this message came, dear Mary, I came across some of your videos on YouTube and I've watched some of your videos. Okay, that's great. That's usually what you do on YouTube. They're an expert in social media growth, blah, 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 blah. I responded, thanks for reaching out, but I'm not interested. Right? So this person was just trying to get my business to help me, like, with YouTube. And everyone knows that I stream to YouTube, but I don't really do much with my channel. They missed out on a huge opportunity. Maybe they could have said, let me show you what I can do for you. I'll create a thumbnail, or let me show you the before and afters. They did nothing but spam my box. And after I said, I'm not interested. Check out our Wikipedia verified page creation service, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So that's really bad. Really bad. They missed the boat. They could have picked me up as a client if they had nurtured me a little more. So here's a message regarding an event, and I actually marked interested in it. And again, I have blocked out the names of the parties involved and the name of the event because I don't feel I should call that out on social media. And, they're thrilled to tell me, so this is obviously copy paste. I get that. I understand why they would copy paste that. Then it was followed by another email. And so then, it was a speaking event, speaking engagement, right? So I was like, wow, I did like some of her content. I was like, wow, maybe you'd be a really great fit to come onto my show and talk to people about speaking tips. Crickets. I never got a response. Here this woman is. I said I was interested in her event. She sent me blankety blank messages. And when I asked if she'd be interested, again, to collaborate with me, crickets. Everything was automated on that. So that was really bad. Bryn says, stop telling people how you can help them and actually help them. Yes, amen. Like, show me, like on consultations, I give people like, here's what we can do. Here's what you can do right now. Like, I'm going to give it away to them because most people aren't going to go and do and make all those changes, except the gentleman, Carl. I think it was Carl that was on last week. He immediately took my tips, made those changes. Good job. So here's a blank, right? Very vague, but we had some We had some, I think I liked their content or something. I looked them up. I noticed that you're a speaker. I would love to connect with you. Very basic message. Rookie mistake on my part that I accepted. Message number 2. I've been thinking about you. Really? I didn't reply to that first one. And wondering if you need a little support to get your year started off with a bang. Blah, 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 blah. Again. And then she's selling me in the second message saying that she's thinking of me, a $20 easy yes system potential client sign up and actually show up. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? That was message number 2. Message number 3, I did not reply. I'll be having a rerun of the Easy Yes program. Message number 3, I never replied. Okay, so those are 3 really bad or good examples of what goes wrong in a message. So Bruce says, oh yeah, my YouTube, whoa, I had an expert YouTuber when I asked to see their channel, they said they didn't have a YouTube channel. Be the product of your own process. Bruce, I like that. That might win for the one-liner tip thingy tonight. Not that there's a contest, but I like to give out prizes. So Bruce, 5 bonus stars for you, my friend. Yeah, so don't do that. Don't nurture the relationship. I know Bryn is excellent at doing that. Back in the day when I was afraid to connect with other LinkedIn experts, right? I mean, when I was just beginning, Bryn got on the phone with me and talked to me for like 30 minutes about how the LinkedIn trainers like that she knows, they're all nurturing and they help each other grow. And literally, Bryn, I don't know if you know this, but you helped me get over that fear of connecting with other people in my network. Look, I'm tearing up because that was a pivotal moment when I realized not everyone was out to steal clients. I'd been burned before, but Bryn, that conversation shifted everything in my mind. And now, like, LinkedIn trainers, let's connect. Let's create our own community and get together. So the Monty Clarks and, you know, the Vivicas, Vivica Von Rossen, Vivica Hess, Judy Hayes, Isaac Anderson. There's a ton of us, and I love them all. So thank you very much. No, Bryn, you're amazing because you really helped me through that. And I just like really, really appreciate that. Look, I'm getting all teary-eyed. I don't know why I'm so emotional. Woo. So Bryn has a message that she sends. I'm curious if the connect and pitch is working for you. If you're open, I'd be happy to share some free resources that can help you start more sales conversations by adding value. Let me know and I'll send you a link. Well, that's really nice of you. And I know that that's a message, so it doesn't take you much time. You copy that in. And it is very nurturing. You ask permission. Here's the key point. Bryn asked permission if she can send them something, right? You did say, yeah, I'll send a link. So don't just send me a link to download something without having some more and more in-depth conversation. We've either need to speak on the phone or we need to have some back and forths in the email. And there's nothing wrong with having a few back and forths in the email. Sometimes I'll have 3 or 4. And then, you know, if it's feeling good, like, let's go to Zoom or a phone call, but not all the time. But you should have some messaging back and forth to really understand what type of relationship this is. We're going to be connectors on LinkedIn. We're going to support each other. I can mentor that person. They can mentor me. You know, what is that relationship about? It's not always about them being a client. Get that out of your way. Bruce says, good job, Bryn. Bryn is amazing. Lots of great advice. I look to her for LinkedIn advice as well. I know that she's crushing it and always crazy busy. Hopefully you're going to get some time off, Bryn. Gracie's joining us. Gracie's another LinkedIn trainer, and I know that she trains right. She works with Bruce. And so thank you for joining us. So does anyone, it's 5:15. I have promised 15 minutes of fame, no more. So those are bad examples. Don't do that. Instead, nurture the relationship. Message them and tell them why you want to connect. Don't send me that message that says we have common or mutual connections. Wrong answer. Not going to connect with you. Did you see me speak? Did you hear me on a podcast? Do you like my profile? What about my content? Are you reading my content? Can you comment on it? Can you tell me that you like that piece I just put out on CEOs, or maybe of my cat, Brittany? Yeah, we got a new kitten. She's adorable. So tell people why you want to connect with them. Okay. And don't overthink it. Just talk from your heart. And I connected with a recruiter. I tell this story, and he's like talent recruiter, blah, 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 dad, and possibly Batman. And he had this black car, like a Cadillac, and it looked like the Batmobile. And I was like, and Sean Hervey. I was like, Sean, I'm just connecting with you. I want to connect with you because you're cool. You said you might be Batman, and I just need to know, are you? And that led to some conversations. So my childhood friend was Tracy Ruth. There you go. Well, you guys, thanks for joining. If you have any tips, go ahead and put them in the comments here. I am here on LinkedIn to nurture my network, to provide valuable tips, and to gather all my besties together so we can grow, learn, and support each other. So this is 15 Minutes of Fame. Join me next Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time when I'll have Monty Clark on. And we're going to be talking all about, I think that we titled this one is Don't Coast. You'll end up at the bottom. Why people disappear on LinkedIn. They're doing great. They've got clients, and then we don't see them. Is that you? Are you trying to get back on LinkedIn now? I'm working with a client. I worked with a client a couple months ago and disappeared. And then she wanted to come back. And she was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to reposition myself. Let's talk if that's you guys. And that's it. Take care. Thanks for joining me tonight. Ciao.